Hello everyone, welcome to the Tea Crane. I'm Tia Solsen, and in this video I want to introduce you to our Yame Matcha. This matcha has been out of stock, out of production actually, for quite a while, but now we've finally gotten back with this tea, and it's a fabulous matcha that is blended by a 10th dan master blender. It's produced in Yame, and it's a great tea, delicious for a bowl of usucha. As I'm going to explain a little bit more about this tea, meanwhile I will also whisk myself a bowl of it. So first of all, this matcha is completely organically grown, although I can't put that on the package because the farmers, although they are organic, the production of the tea is organic, but where I get the tea packaged in smaller packages is not certified to do repackaging for organic products. So unfortunately I can't put on the package that it's an organic tea, but it's a purely organically produced matcha. So that's a very important point to notice. And the interesting thing is that in the region where this tea is being produced in Yame, it's a group of small producers who work together and uphold their organic tea production. And so it's the tea from these different producers and from these different tea fields that is being blended by Mr. Yamaguchi. And Mr. Yamaguchi is a 10th dan master blender. And what that means is basically he is one of the highest qualified tea blenders and tea tasters in the whole of Japan. Yearly there are competitions, and the better you do in these tasting and comparison competitions, the higher your grade gets. And Mr. Yamaguchi has, as one of the only of I think 16 or 17 master blenders in Japan with that grade, obtained the 10th dan, the 10th level. And you begin with, well, usually in martial arts actually, you begin with Q. So I think if you've done karate or judo outside of Japan, you know that you might start at a 7Q and then go up to a 6Q, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, first Q, and then you change in the other direction to dan. So you go to 1, first dan, second dan, third dan, and then you grow up that ladder. So he's grown all the way up that ladder and obtained the 10th level, the 10th dan state, which is the highest at the moment for tea tasting and tea blending. So there is no doubt that this tea, which is obtained from various fields and various producers who are working together and who are making organic tea in Yame, that it is blended very skillfully and very tastefully. And I must say indeed that this tea is very delicious, very sweet, very fragrant, flavorful matcha. It's a very good organic matcha, and it's definitely one of my recommendations. The aroma is already very strong. So it's a wonderfully delicious tea. And I'm going to taste it now, so I can let you know how my impression is of it. But first, what I should say very importantly is that this tea was harvested last year, 2020, in spring, and then left to age for half a year, which is common with matcha teas. So most matchas are always, the leaf is produced in spring and then it is aged for over half a year until it is released in November, when it has matured a little bit and become suitable for consumption. And so this one has just been released in November last year, and it's the absolute newest, freshest batch. It's very creamy. You can definitely tell it's blended by a master blender. Especially you can tell it's blended in the way that conventional teas are aimed to taste like. So the master blender has a very conventional idea of what matcha is supposed to taste like, and his blend of this organic tea as well is very much in that same line. So you can taste it's very sweet. There are lots of notes of umami, flavorful sweetness in there. It's very aromatic. The aroma is very strong and very juicy, and it's a very creamy tea overall. Not much bitterness, not too much astringency. It's a very good, very delicious matcha, especially for this bowl of thin tea. Also, it creates a very minute foam, very delicious looking, and the color is also very bright, very, very green. It almost got something like a little chocolatey flavor to it. So overall, this matcha, it's the freshest batch, aged as is traditionally done, just from last year's harvest. Very bright, very green, very delicious and minute looking foam. It's been milled by stone mills and blended by a Dan, one of the highest grades of Japan, master blender. So I think this should sum up to quite an impressive tea, and judging from the taste and its appearance, I must say it certainly does. So for me, this is definitely a great tea. I am very happy to introduce this one to you. I hope that you will enjoy it as well. And this being said, I am just going to wrap up my service of tea, and then we can get back to enjoying these teas. So everyone, thank you very much. This was it for my introduction to our newly arrived batch of the Yame Matcha. Go and check it out on the homepage. I'm sure you will enjoy it. And thank you for watching. Hope to see you again soon.